Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to our Paul, Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Makakadash. Kal Halam Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Makakadash. That's the nation Hebrews, and all praises to Yahweh, in name Yahushai, in name the Holy Spirit. Yahweh is the God name for the God of the Bible, who the world ignorantly called Jehovah, God, or Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. The true name for the God of the Bible in the Hebrew is Yahweh. His son's true name in the Hebrew is Yahushai. I want to give the honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to all the brothers and out there pushing this word in sincerity and in truth, to all that believe in this gospel. Shalom. Praise God from Camp James, Jamaica. Now, this lesson, I was watching a video from Jason, and mostly lead me to this video here from the president from El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, if we pronounce his name right, speaks about dark forces, and I'm gonna play some part of the video. Hopefully, I'm gonna get strike. This video is only for educational purposes, on the content of this. But usually them still get strike sometimes. So yeah, but I post a link in the description box if you're interested. You can read it. I'm sorry, you can go through it, and watch it. Because I'm only going to play two sections, really, the first part and the last part, right? So let's go into it. Gracias. I love you too. I love you too. Dear Mike and Mercy, thank you for the kind invitation to have me here at CPAC. It is truly an honor to be here just a few days after our presidential and legislative elections. Which, by the way, they pulverize the opposition. They say globalism comes to die at CPAC. I'm here to tell you that in El Salvador, it's already dead. But if you want globalism to die here too, you must be willing to unapologetically fight against everything and everyone that stands for it. Fight for your freedoms, fight for your rights. The next president of the United States must not only win an election, he must have the vision, the will, and the courage to do whatever it takes. And above all, he must be able to identify the underlying forces that will conspire against him. These dark forces are already taking over your country. You may not see it yet, but it's already happening. You don't see it as clearly because people are designed to see linear changes, not exponential ones. We don't always recognize how fast a problem can multiply and spiral out of control. The problem is much like the metaphor of the boiling frog. Once the water boils, it's already too late. People fail to see these things. It's our nature. Just like the frog, people become complacent and we don't realize how bad things are getting until it's too late. Well, I know, of course, El Salvador is a much smaller country. Setting aside the differences, there's a similarity with what is happening here in the United States. We also had many apparently isolated problems in the 60s and the 70s, and we failed to realize as a country the severity of them until it became a civil war. By the time we reacted, it wasn't already too late. We were already boiled like the frog. And it took us 50 years, 2 wars, 250,000 lives, and a third of the population displaced, and a near miracle to get our country back.
As your friend, I want to issue this warning so you don't make the same mistakes we did in the 60s and the 70s. It is not easy to pull yourself back once you're in boiling water. In fact, all the experts said it was impossible. And besides, you don't want to wait 50 years and maybe hope for a miracle to get out of hell. You can still jump before the water boils. Some might say I'm exaggerating, but we can clearly see the signs of a declining society because alone it rock bottom decades ago. It's like when we see someone getting sick. First, it's maybe just stomachache or a headache or a small fever. But if you don't deal with the disease, it will only get worse. And then it may be too late. Even after our first war in El Salvador, we failed again to look into the signs of the second civil war that was coming, the gang war. After 1 million people fled the first war, a lot of them came to live in ghettos here in the United States, where the gangs were formed. And former President Clinton deported a lot of those gang members without telling us they were gang members, they were criminals. They roamed free and recruited young people.
Yeah, I'm going to stop there and skip to, I think it's about here.
Now, you would think that's it, as it wasn't enough, right? But unfortunately, there's more. There are other symptoms that are even more difficult to diagnose. For instance, the financial situation of the United States. When I talk to my conservative friends right here, they always tell me the problem is high taxes. But they're wrong. Of course, high taxes are extremely high here in the United States. I give you that. You're right in that. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is not the high taxes themselves, but the fact that they are not even really funding the government. Not even those high taxes, higher than a lot of places in the world, not even those taxes are really funding the government. So who's financing the government? Government is financed by treasury bonds, paper. And who buys the treasury bonds? Mostly the Fed. And how does the Fed buy them? By printing money. But what backing does the Fed have for that money being printed? The treasury bonds themselves. So basically, you finance the government by printing money out of thin air. Someone could ask, well, so if the government can print the limited amounts of money out of thin air, why do they collect taxes? I mean, in theory, it would make sense, right? If they can print unlimited amounts of money, why would they need taxes? The answer is simple, but it's very shocking. The real problem is that you pay high taxes only to uphold the illusion that you're funding the government, which you are not. It's shocking, but it's true. The government is funded by money printed, paper backed with paper, a bubble that will inevitably burst. The situation is even worse than it seems, because if most Americans and the rest of the world were to become aware of this virus, confidence in the currency would be lost, the dollar would fall, and the Western civilization with it. If the next president of the United States doesn't make the necessary policies and structural change, sooner or later that bubble will burst. There's still time. You don't have to make the same mistakes we did in the 60s and the 70s. We can.
Yeah, and that's where I'm gonna stop it, you know. And the truth is, there's no hope for America. America and the Western civilization and the world as we know it will fall. This is the end of the rulership of the so-called white race, you know, and it's going down. A lot of it is orchestrated by the elites, you know, powers that be, as he mentioned, you know, and ultimately they are being controlled by Yahweh Shem Shai. This kingdom was set to fail. And anything the UN, the United States do to try to stay on top will actually further sink it. Trump came and said, let's make America great again. That was not so, you know. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and start at 1. It says the burden of Egypt, and this Egypt is referring to America, the land that spiritually called Solomon Egypt. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall feel in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek the idols, unto the charmers, unto them that have familiar spirits, unto the wizards, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, said the Lord of hosts, which is Yahweh, you know, that's his true name. And I want to get another point as well here. And this is a futuristic prophecy, you know, for America, right? Um, verse 14, the Lord had mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in heavy work thereof, as a drunken man staggered in his own vomit. And in this speech, he was really trying to reach out to the so-called Americans, you know, Babylonians, to say, hey, try to get your country back. You have to fight for it, because the people that's leading it is leading down to basically destruction. Right? The powers that be, the global elites. But in actuality, the fight for America, the civil war for America, would actually lead to its own demise. And if it continued down the road that it's going, it still gonna fall. So there's no hope for America. None whatsoever. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go everyone into his own country, for judgment reacheth unto heaven, and is lifted up even to the skies. Right? Because a lot of countries actually, nations actually, should I say, are within the United States of America seeing the downfall, seeing the collapse, the inevitable collapse, as him say it himself. The whole financial system of America it's a bubble. Fractional reserve banking, which is adopted by a lot of the world, is a bubble. And it's going to meet its inevitable demise. And once America fall, the whole West will fall. And once the whole West fall, the whole world will fall. It's a domino effect. And the elites believe that from this collapse, they shall build their new world order, but they will not have it, you know. So everything is actually set to fall. And that's what we're witnessing right now. And it's actually, I remember coming to the studio like in around roughly 2013, 14, you know, and brothers breaking down this and going into the information, you know, and even watching the interview the other day with Putin and Tucker Carlson, and the same information he was bringing it out, you know, with the whole US weaponizing the US dollar, and other countries actually hiding away from it, and he's like a shot in the foot. So where the US is falling, and anything them do at this point, you know, now go help. That's what we're seeing, the end. So yeah, a lot of citizens go actually try to get up and fight to save America. But scripture says this, Matthew 12, verse 25. Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, and this is in ALT, sorry, says, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed, and a town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And that's what we're seeing right now. In the media, where them push, America is divided. And by that, it won't demise because this civil war that's brewing, there's a movie coming out, I think it's in April, going to release, you know, the Civil War. Just the other day, which they have the Forever Purge. They show you which the scripture prophesy of that, right? The prophecy of the civil war that's gonna brew. I think I have it. Let's see. Yeah, this is Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. So people going to try to rise up and try to take back America. Try to make America great again. But they're going to be what? Martial law, a war. And by that, a civil war basically going to cause it one collapse, or further collapse, should I say. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, because of a lack of bread and for great tribulation. Back to Matthew chapter 20, chapter 12, verse 26. And if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself, his own kingdom will not survive. And that's what we're seeing right now. America, they're being divided because, let's give say, go to Isaiah 14 and about, I'm not sure, 9. Much I want KJV. So I want NLT still, so okay. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 14 verse 14, sorry, 14 verse 4 in NLT says, you will taunt the king of Babylon, which is America. You will say, the mighty man has been destroyed. Yes, your insolence is ended. Let's look up insolence. Rude and disrespectful behavior. As the scripture referred to them as also what the armor of the earth. So like, and them growing the whole of the earth and show them Babylonian Jews, so free speech and basically forgot homosexuality, LGBT, Alphabet community upon people, right? I use their military, right, to force them agenda upon people as well. So the scripture said this, verse 5 says, for the Lord had crushed your wicked power and broken your evil rule. You struck the people with endless blows of rage and held the nations in your hunger grip with unrelenting tyranny. And anybody with a common sense can clearly see this is America, the hammer of the hurt, in everybody's business. They dropped bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in World War II when they were about to, basically give up. Look what they did to Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, right? If you have an understanding, you'll know what they did in Jamaica. CIA operatives all over the world. If them not use their military, them sending in political hitman, right? Sleeper cells. Look what they did in what was that was it Grenada? It says, but finally the earth is at rest and quiet. Now it can sing again. Even the trees of the forest, the cypress trees, and the cedars of Lebanon sing out this joyous song. Since you have been cut down, no one will come now to cut us down. In the place of the dead, there is excitement of your arrival. The spirits of world leaders and mighty kings long dead stand up to see you. With one voice, they all cry out, no, you are as weak as we are. And that's what we're seeing right now. The fall of America. All of the whole of the where pre drugs, crime, you see me? Right? The economic situation, the dollar is no longer that powerful. A lot of countries are trying to dodge it, even them allies. Your might and power were buried with you. The sound of the art in your palace has ceased. Now maggots are your sheet, and worms your blanket. How are you falling from heaven, O shining star? In the KJV say you Lucifer, where that's showing it's actually referring to the king of Babylon. Son of the morning, you have been thrown down to the earth. You who destroyed the nations of the world. For you said to yourself, I will ascend to heaven and set my throne above God's stars. I will preside on the mountain of God's far away in the north. All right. It says, I will climb to the highest heavens and be like the Most High. Yes, I did them find them claim say them finally the one in the moon landing, for the over the last 50 years. Bullshit again. Says instead you will be brought down to the place of the dead, down to its lowest depths. Everyone there will stare at you and ask, can this be one who shook the earth and made the kingdoms of the world tremble? Yeah, that's him. He is now falling. The great America is no longer great. That's why Trump come on and say, let's make America great again. Because it's just falling. And basically the fall of America is basically the fall of the whole Esau power, Esau the so-called white man, right? That's what we're seeing right now. So them trying to actually save America going to be the same downfall, everything them do. Because scripture prophesy of this fourth kingdom, which here in the KJV said Rome, right? And here we have an article. I didn't post this one in the description. We can get it if you will. It says Department for European Affairs. I typed in the Treatise of Rome. Some may always do the apostles and bring out. It says the Treatise of Rome were signed in Rome on 25th March 1957. They are considered as the foundation acts of the European community. The first treaty established the European Economic Community, EEC, while the second one established the European Atomic Energy Community, better known as Euratom. It says the Euratom treaty was initially created in order to coordinate research programs of the member states to promote pacific use of nuclear energy. Nowadays, it provides its contribution to the sharing of the knowledge, infrastructures, and funding of nuclear energy. The EEC Treaty brought together France, Germany, Italy, and the Benelux countries in a community whose objectives, according to Article 2, were to create a common market and ensure the transformation of conditions of trade and manufacture in the community. And I wasn't sure what this is. Benelux countries, so I literally Googled it. It says Benelux Union, Dutch Benelux Uni, French Union Benelux, Luxembourgish Benelux Union, or Benelux, if I pronounce that right, is a political, economic union and formal international intergovernmental cooperation of three neighboring states in Western Europe: Belgium, the Netherlands, and Luxembourg. So it's actually showing that even here in the book of Daniel, it's still actually dealing with Rome. We're actually still in the second leg of the Roman Empire. When you go to the book of Revelation, it speaks about the beast. One of the heads were wounded unto death, but it did survive, it came back. Right? So this is Daniel chapter 2, verse 40. It says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with mire clay. And as the toe of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with mire clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with miry clay. The divine kingdom. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. And that's the kingdom of heaven that we're going to see. Okay, because scripture says, when the wicked are in authority, what's that? Proverbs 29 and 2. Proverbs 29 and 2, it says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And the wicked are a rule right now. I'm going on the comment board for this, and people from all over the world are big up their brother. So if he's really righteous, like in their mind, try to push the right thing, kudos to you. But if you never know him over face, is him in the global elites is more than what you think. All right, because they will come down against you, right? If you get them agendas. What's that, Revelation 12 and 12? The devil coming down having your because he knew it here about a short time. And then people resistance against it, when them take up arms, right, going to basically cause the chaos, because that's what they really want as well. Order out of chaos, pressure from above, pressure from beneath you, and then when you scream, and react, then them do them other countermeasure, and ultimately them get them agenda what they think they're going to achieve, which the most they're going to stop them. Right, big news can learn a 1 and 2 lesson from the brothers. In the comment board, I saw that someone is saying that him actually turned to the Most High for actually help for the healing of the nation, and like big news, fucking hypocrite, right? Anyways, I'm not finding it, but it's there, Yeah, well, basically say, it's okay to read Batmanism and all of that shit, right? But I'm witnessing is a lot of people think America gonna come out of this and now the world can heal. Is he have hope apparently? Yes, America just like how El Salvador healed, and in some degree one of the safest country in the Western Hemisphere, right? Think America can come from the ditch that it's in, but it's not. The will of the Most High is to destroy America, you know, because of the kingdom of heaven going to be set up. Right, that's what we're seeing right now. The fall of America for the kingdom of heaven to be set up. This is Isaiah 47 verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal, and cover thy locks. May it bear the leg, and cover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So the Most I actually reveal America for what she really is. You know, nothing good, all polluted. Showing the whole economy is built on, you know, basically a Ponzi scheme, if you will, right? And how they even get America was basically in blood, murder. They basically thief it from our brothers, yo, the Northern Kingdom. Because I put it out there as well, the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Pasatinos. You know, we are the true biblical Israelites. These Salvadorans, you know, they are Israelite as well. You know, right? And Salvador gonna fall. We'll tell you that El Salvador will fall as well. Because the most I in a business both even Jamaica, I'm in Jamaica, Jamaica gonna fall as well. And the whole Western economy gonna fall, kingdom gonna fall. But what's gonna come after that is the kingdom of heaven, right? That's what we're waiting on. Our kingdom. This is Ecclesiasticus Sirach chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Go up to verse 4. The poor of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. And the one that is profitable is chiefly our shy. And then we're going to be joint ears with him. And we're going to set new policies, new rules. It's basically going to be what? The scriptures. The laws of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Those will be executed throughout all the earth, and it's a God of royal peace, so to speak. Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 25. Whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. Which the word world, you go back to the age. Esau's rulership is written up more. Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Jacob are what the so-called Negroes, Native Americans, Spanish Latinos, who are the true biblical Israelites. And Esau is the so-called white nation. It says, and the men that I receive shall see it, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitant shall be changed and turned into another meaning. For evil shall be put out, and the seed shall be quenched. As for fear, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which had been so long without fruit, shall be declared, because our kingdom will be built upon truth. New Jerusalem, we have righteous leaders. You know, that's why Scripture said the most I raise up the judges that has been afore. Let's get that real quick coming on both side. From the NLT, KJV, Isaiah 26. Isaiah 1 verse 26, and I'll restore thy judges as at the first, and thy counselors as at the beginning. Afterward, thou shalt be called the city of righteousness, the faithful city. And then from out of Zion, I will go for the law. You know, when these nations will be forced to follow, we're not going to have a fucking fractional reserve banking system in the kingdom, yo. No fiat currency, no printing money out of thin here. You know, economy built on debt and service the nations. No, that's evil, yo. When I rob them of them resources or deplete them to poverty. No, they'll be tributaries indeed, right? But them go off them own to survive. That's why the scripture says again, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But now the whole world are mourn. But there's a kingdom that's going to be set up. So witnessing the fall of this wicked ass one, you know, started in America. Because once America fall, that is it. And the ultimate fall, America going to face with those nukes. Because these nations going to burn America with fire, according to prophecy. Revelation chapter 21, verse 1, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there were no more sea. This is dealing with a new government, a new rulership. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. This was the elect, coming down from the chariots to set up the kingdom of heaven. Of course, chiefly under Yahweh Shai. It says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and Yahweh himself shall be with them and be their God. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. And he that sat upon the throne said, Behold, I make all things new. And he said unto me, Write, for these words are true and faithful. So if this man is really, sincere, what he's actually trying to achieve will actually be achieved in the kingdom. Because this whole world will fall, It's going in anarchy, chaos. America will not be saved. As you said, it's inevitable for the demise of America. But from the ashes of this kingdom will be the kingdom of heaven. And that's what we are waiting on. When we rule, under our Lord Yahweh Shai in righteousness and push for that righteous vibration through all the earth and force these nations to actually keep the laws. You don't have to worry about a criminal, you see me, no pedophile, right? No gang leader, no, as him say, even we'll call it satanic sacrifice or something that degree, no human sex trade, right? Human or child trafficking, gang leaders, go drugs on the street, fentanyl, all that shit, gonna be a thing of the past. But this wicked ass kingdom of fall first, and that's what we're seeing right now. It's a good riddance. Right, so with that, I hope this is edifying to you like out there. Giving our praise to our boy, how about Shimon, Shai, about Shimon, Kakadash. The honors unto our elders and apostles of Great Stone. And shalom to the full like shalom.